will favour Port Adelaide, but they just can't rely on the breeze. It's going to be more than that.
Challenge for Port to set some standards here early in the second quarter, because the Dockers are going about their business quite nicely. Fyfe with another disposal. Interested to see whether there's a sort of a hard tag placed on him, or at least some sort of defensive pressure.
Well, it looks like more endeavour already. So, as you said, Matty Primus, he can't do it for them, but he can give them instructions. I'm sure the instructions were to put some physical pressure and some tackling pressure on the Fremantle players.
Well, I'll give you the heads up. No one's near Fyfe.
He's on his own at the moment. Play on, not 15. It's a really clever take from Matt Thomas. Had his arm pinged. Ebert. Griffin. Cassisi won it, though. Boak to help out. Picks it up, turns around, got tackled by 3 Dockers. And umpire eventually comes in.
And we'll just we'll see the left of this pack, Nat Fyfe there, standing by himself, which is incredible. He was the dominant player in the first quarter with 10 possessions, but still wandering around by himself.
Yeah, no opponent. I just can't believe that.
Surely there's been a name left off the whiteboard at quarter time. There is no one going near him.
Someone's drilled a hole in Matty Primus's whiteboard and the magnet has fallen through. Here he is again, but he's closed down pretty quickly by Ebert. I guess that's what
he's gone.
He's holding the ball. We have to look at it from the Port Adelaide perspective. Who's trying to get free on his own there?
Yep.
Well, that's right. It's in Port's forward 50, so I think if you're going to let him go on his own, that's the area of the ground, because what they need to do, Port, is win the ball, and that was great. There's the umpire, genuine attempt. He did get first hand on the ball, and great tackle there from Ebert.
Heard from David King earlier about Ebert. Has been really the only midfielder kicking goals for Port Adelaide. 12 goals for the season, right on the 50, sets it up, wants the breeze to blow it back. Probably gave it too much.
He just set it out too wide at right post.
Well, one of the great goal kickers of all time, Tony Lockett, would always say, never, even though it's windy, never give the goals away. Never aim outside the goal post, because now and again, the wind can stop.
Thanks, Brett. So again, the Dockers will go short from their kick in.
And this will be a good sign to see whether they're switched on, Port Adelaide, whether they can hold this ball back.
Quick kick forward, but unfortunately for Port, it's marked by Spur, but he wants to move it quickly. Now, this has got to be clever. Now, it was okay, but had a margin for error. Johnson's kick is low. Tough one for De Boer. He's dragged down by Chaplin. Roberton came through, threw it on the boot. Spoil came well by Logan. Now Port to reload, but he doesn't get it past Main. Westhoff kept it in. McCarthy, and eventually it's out from Ebert.
Better intensity. You can tell already that there's better intensity around the packs. They're starting to hit up a bit, Port.
I can tell you it's Ebert. Lynchy?
Ebert as the loose?
Yeah.
So he might be the target player at the stoppage.
Yeah.
Here's Jonas. Gee, telegraphed that, and Mundy knew it was coming, so now they're under pressure. Lobie with the handball. Bounces okay. Carlisle laterally to Trengove. Hard running from Broadbent. Should be rewarded. It is. But again, the Docker structure is sound.
It is, Matty, because they're going laterally with these kicks, and it's causing all sorts of problems.
We're in trouble now.
Main, they've found Main a couple of times, Port Adelaide. Here's Walters, and he just chips it up and sees the man standing there in Barlow.
Well, you cannot defend that. It's as simple as that. You turn the ball over in that area of the ground, the opposition are going to score, and it's normally a goal, which we'll see here.
And Port Adelaide players had run offensively to make position, so that's where the turnovers really hurt you. You've run the wrong way. You're exposed now on the defensive side, and the Fremantle players that were trailing their opponents are in a prime position.
Barlow, 35 metres out, virtually directly in front. Poor kick. Was never, ever going to be a goal.
Yeah,
both teams through, didn't he?
Yeah, both teams have missed opportunities at the start of this quarter.
Just that lateral kick, though, Lynchy, I think it allows Fremantle to get their numbers behind the ball. They need to play on a bit more, play with a bit more excitement, Port Adelaide, and see if they can break a line and give their forwards a chance to lead up.
Westhoff's caught at the back, but he'll go for a jump, and he got straight into the back of Johnson.
Yeah. as the umpire just called it, unrealistic attempt. He was didn't lay a claw onto the ball.
In 50 it goes. Porter got players here, and it's an easy one for Chaplin to mark.
Yeah, well, Porter got extra players like Freo, and David King's point's right. They need to overlap with handball receives. Create an extra forward of the ball instead of behind the ball.
Trying to here, but it was a little bit static as Wingard can't keep it in. Handball came from Broadbent.
Well, I didn't mind that. They're trying to move the ball forward by quick ball movement. Everyone talk about Hawthorn and their great kicking. They very rarely hold the ball for a long time.
Yeah.
They release the ball quicker. They pull the trigger quicker than any team in the competition.
Robertson spinning back to Hill. In turn, Duffield, Fyfe on the left boot. It's not pretty, but it found his target. Barlow didn't have to move.
No, it wasn't pretty. Spun about twice, but got there.
Spur down the line. Pavlich came in, crunched him.
That's hurt Pearce, I think it is.
Down, yep. And he's trying to get up as Cassisi goes back to Westhoff. Pearce still a bit slow. Now Carlisle. Vision to find Corns.
Well, it wasn't a great kick to Pavlich, and he had to go low, and that's, I think the contact was on Pearce.
Pearce is still,
he's still down,
struggling, and he would have been handy in that situation.
This is a better switch because it went forward, this kick.
Lobie.
Where's the next option?
Short to centre forward. Thomas with a couple of metres. Back he goes. Corns missed the target. And the rebound, the worst person you could have for rebound is with Stephen Hill, but he's not sure, and he's got to go back. So Port Adelaide might win this one.
And he went back because forward of the ball were all Port Adelaide supporters. Pavlich just didn't have a chance to get across. He's in place now, so the next one can go long.
Oh, well done, Cassisi. He's standing up. That's what you want from your captain.
Here's Pearce, so hopefully he's feeling a bit better because he's important on the overflow. Daniel Stewart. Beaten to it by McFarlane. McPhee, good give on the up. Fyfe by hand. Duffield does a U-turn and comes back to Ballantyne, a long way from goal for him. Bradley next in line.
Hold there, Matthew.
He's going to go down the line, or he has the ball through the middle. No. Back, looking for a switch with Dylan Robertson.
Thanks, Justin.
No goals in this quarter as yet. We've played 7.5 minutes. As Robertson hits it up high. Should suit Port here. Ebert to have a run at it.
Play on.
And they spoil it over the line.
And good result from Freo. Forced to stay long.
Pavlich. Yeah, the kick wasn't great. Pavlich tried to protect the area of the ball.
Solid contact.
Yeah,
he's
just
actually
unfortunate.
he's come from the ground, guys. He's getting his shoulder worked on down here at the moment, Pearce, on the bench.
Good movement here by Port. Good share, good handball. Boak. Now back into traffic.
Better
Kicked
play.
it long. One-on-one situation. It's over the top, though. Stewart is down. Paul Stewart, that's him in the front. Daniel Stewart was pushed out of it well by McFarlane.
Very well read by McFarlane, and that's really good defenders. Read the ball off the boot quicker than the forwards, and they get in position. And as we spoke about in that first quarter, often the most attacking position for the forward is behind, especially at that left of screen.
Especially with the breeze. And Ross Lyon pre-game said McFarlane hasn't been beaten this year at all.
Paul Stewart's still in the hands of the trainers. He kicked 5 goals last week. He's been their best forward over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's really battling. He's in the hands of the trainers. He's walking off slowly there with the doctor, the physio.
Hold there.
And Fremantle being very patient on the outer side, but that kick has come into a lot of players from both sides. As Crowley pushes it out to Everton.
Players forward of the ball here if they can get the ball quickly.
Fyfe. And out of bounds on full. So they just squeezed them up enough there, Port. As
Look at that, look at Stewart.
Oh, clash of heads.
Gee. Head clash.
Gee, we've seen a fair bit of that in recent weeks.
With Dylan Robertson. Gee, that was nasty. Accidental.
Accidental. You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Accidental. It's accidental.
It was accidental. It's just, unfortunately, a part of the game that sometimes we just can't avoid.
Oh, Ballantyne goes down trying to squeeze a free kick out or a 50-metre penalty.
Well, Ballantyne needs to walk away because all he can do now is give his teammates shooting for goal. He needs to get away, cool his jets, because all he can do is give the ball back to Port.
De Boer. 40 metres out. Distance won't be a problem. Accuracy is as he rattles the post.
Again, Missed opportunity from Freo.
Don't go further than the blue dot, Hayden.
See Stewart on the bench there with
Hayden, don't go in
corns.
front of it.
Seems like he's okay, just being assessed by the doctor at the moment.
2 behinds to 1 in this quarter as the kick comes out looking for Westhoff. Johnson in front. Westhoff forced to punch. Wingard to Crummett. And he kept his head over the ball. And he worked it out well. He got the handball out. It was cut off though. They were away there, Port Adelaide. But Fyfe involved again. Touch ball. Pfeiffer goes back. Carlisle looks up to the corridor. Spots Ebert.
This is where Freo are good. They're getting in place a lot quicker than Port Adelaide are running into space.
Wingard on his left side. Handball just put McCarthy under pressure. If it hits him, he was away. And because of that, his kick is forced up in the air, and McFarlane loves those.
Beautifully called, Matty. Beautifully called, because of the handball hits McCarthy. He can run and carry and assess and kick to an advantage. Because the handball went with his toes, he kicked up, and as you said, Matty, before, McFarlane's reading the high ball better than most forwards and defenders in the competition.
Barlow for Fremantle. Looking for Main! The main man! Big mark by him. And away they go. It ends up with Mundy from Bradley. And he goes long. Pavlich has got room to move. Well done, Tom Logan.
Well done, Logan.
The danger isn't over yet. Ballantyne, the crummer, goes one way, goes the other, goes another way, runs the wrong way.
He's run 50.
Great pressure. Well done, Tom Logan there. He got up and it put pressure on Ballantyne there. He was the one that impacted on the spoil on Pavlich. And then that was an unbelievable bit of play. Main's mark and then the defensive pressure of Tommy Logan.
Not just sparked the game a bit here.
It did.
Oh, it did. He was right up above the grandstand by the look of him.
If Port can get a goal off the back of that, they might just get the crowd involved. But Fyfe's got a magnet on him at the moment. They just keep kicking it to him.
We need to stop so we can get a replay. Here it is. Big grab on top of the shoulders.
That's magnificent.
Pfeiffer. Great grab from Main. After a week a spell, he's come back and he's got a bit of spring in his step.
And a bit of chin music from Main. He marked it on the chin. High ball up. Trengove had to go at it. This time it sits for Mundy. Got a good bounce. Straightens up. He's a very good kick.
Yeah.
And that is perfect. That's how you kick a goal.
Yeah, good build-up. And but no, both teams have been struggling to execute the shot at goal in this second term. Bit of bruise around, but this is a really nice bit of work just to get out into that space. Good contest under the ball, 2-on-1 favouring Port Adelaide, but from the boundary line on the run from 30 metres, straight drop punt, and that is, as we've called, a very difficult pocket to kick the ball from, but you couldn't ask for any better than that.
For all the kids watching at home, you don't need to dribble along the ground. You don't need to put the ball on the side. You kick a drop punt, and you hit it straight, and you hit it hard, it'll go straight. That's how you kick a goal.
It's a foreign skill at the moment, but really well executed.
Yep, that's how you do it.
Good to see Paul Stewart back in the ground.
Here's Mundy again. Long ball in. Walters punches it forward. They go to ground, and it allows Pearce some time to push it out wide. Too much on the kick, though. Didn't really give McCarthy a chance. It just suited Johnson, who drags it back into the middle. Lobe first there for Port. Brad Ebert.
Westhoff's on the far side.
Got to give it to him.
Oh, he needed to give one more handball.
Yeah. Westhoff was away, but anyway, they've maintained possession.
Got space.
Paul Stewart back. Brad Ebert wants it, but he kicks it too high for him.
But the problem with that, not giving the handball to Westhoff, if Westhoff could have created the overlap, and Stewart would have run into space and attacked the forward 50 arc, and they could have got a goal. But in the end, they just kicked long to an outnumbered situation.
McPhee's been loose a lot of the time. It's either McPhee or Johnson. So any long kick is going to really suit Fremantle when Port are going forward. So they need to lower their eyes, and more important, the leading target needs to lead away from that free player.
Griffin's kick in. Logan will get a free kick.
Tommy Logan got the chop of the arms. Was caught under the long ball. Tommy Logan, as we know, playing in game 100. Right, a few games for the Brisbane Lions before crossing over to Port Adelaide.
Don't go forward there, Nat.
Yeah, just the 3 for the Lions. Made his debut back in 2005. As the kick comes out.
Well, McFarlane will be disappointed with that because he read the kick beautifully. All he had to do was put the forearm out, not the hands in the back on Westhoff.
Now, problem is Westhoff's got no one whatsoever running down the line for him. That's why he's confused and has to go short. There was just no bailout kick 50 metres down the line.
And that's the Jay Schultz normally. You know, he's not playing. He's been out for a number of weeks.
Cut off by Fyfe. Corns has got to work double time. Back to Chaplin. In turn, Pearce. Again, they've set up really well, Fremantle. They're just strangling Port on the way out. Carlisle.
That's the one they haven't got.
No. Well, Fremantle made a meal of it. So they might get a chance here, Port. Thomas. It ricochets out to Roberton, who throws it on the boot but kicks it straight through the interchange.
Yeah, McPhee and Duffield had to talk there. There was no synergy there between the free player for Freo and Duffield.
And realistically, from a Port point of view, all you want is a half contest to get the ball to the ground.
Good luck trying to mark this.
That is a high ball up, and that is just what he dines on those, McFarlane.
Yeah, and McPhee, great work from McPhee, just to put a bit of body pressure on his direct opponent so McPhee could take that. I mean, it was a tough mark, but it was basically uncontested in the end.
Well, that bailout kick to 40 metres, the high kick, the Hail Mary. McFarlane, Johnson, McPhee. He's got to work your way through it better than that.
Well, yeah, the first one needs to be short, or they've got to switch to the other side of the ground.
High contact, the free kick will go to Valentine all the way down. What a surprise that
he sucked them in.
Yeah.
Jackson Trengove, look, we didn't see it off the ball, but you can talk in there to the umpire because he's pushed him in the head.
And once you touch a player above the shoulders, you're going to be in strife.
And we're just talking about Port have been able to keep Freo at bay this quarter. There's
only one goal.
And they haven't been able to score themselves.
Yeah.
And then to give a free kick away like this, give a scoring opportunity to the opposition really does hurt.
They need someone on the line here, Port, because he's kicking into a breeze. It's going to be touch and go. 52 metres. Right to the line.
Big shove.
There you go.
Come back. That's it. Hold there.
Carlisle's free kick. Margin 31.
Move it on, Paddy. Play on.
And he gets a bit of distance with it, but it's 3-on-1, as our cameras showed quite clearly. Well done by Boak to come in and help out. Squeezed up again, but they maintain possession. Back to Pearce.
Dangerous.
Yep. Pearce over the top. That was Clancy Pearce with a big spoil. Hard attacking the ball by Ebert. Back to Chaplin now.
Got to use the
Westhoff's
spare
away.
numbers on this occasion. Need to run it up.
Thomas to Trengove. Wider is Logan or McCarthy. Or Ballantyne was athletic to get there.
But Logan was the option then.
They missed him again.
Yeah,
missed the overlap.
The short option, the free man in between the contest and the kicker, they've got to use that player because Freo are so good of guarding the long kick. So the long kick, one-on-one, that's fine, but 9 times out of 10 in this game here at the moment, when Port are going forward, they're kicking to an outnumbered situation.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's holding the ball. Kasisi was awake to that very quickly, wasn't he?
Yeah, as soon as he dived down onto the ball, as we heard from the umpire there, he was going to be in trouble.
See, Port are winning plenty of the ball. They've had nearly 20 more disposals than Freo.
A lot of it's been this sort of kicking, short in the back half. They just can't get that next kick to penetrate the half-forward flank.
Well, Carlisle leads to possessions with 9 for Port, and he's playing full back.
And Fyfe ran himself into trouble there. Now Mundy to Bradley, and it's going to come back pretty quickly. Fyfe gets it from Mzungu. Fyfe just got his kick away. Ballantyne, a drilled pass from Fyfe under pressure. Ballantyne, well, he had no choice but to mark it.
No, it was going to go through him like a spear. Off balance, great kick from Nat Fyfe.
Really great. Carlisle's now had 10 disposals at full-back for Port, and it's coming back with interest.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
And after 10 disposals in the first term, Fyfe had 8 so far in the second.
Yeah, he's going to have 20 by half-time, and he hasn't played for 13, 14 weeks.
May have to introduce someone to him.
Yeah. Or a name tag or something. Ballantyne. Well, he was 52 metres out last time. Thought that was out of his range. This one isn't.
Well, he poked at it.
Yeah, he did poke at it. And they've missed all to the right side this quarter, Fremantle.
Well, that time he ran too close to the man of the mark, because when he looked up, he had to kick it to the right of Fyfe.
They've sort of kept them in the game here by kicking 1 goal 3, and they probably should have kicked 3 goals 1. Big spoil. First 2 at Corns. Jonas caught, going nowhere.
Thanks, boys. Thank you.
Boak, Mzungu, Moore.
Massive players around this stoppage. Bulk of the players are on the ground, just around this forward 50 arc for Freo. Just need to clear the stoppage from a Fremantle point of view.
Boak couldn't get boot to ball because Clancy Pearce came in. A little handball out to Ballantyne, but it's very tight and tough there. Very hard to get free.
And this is a situation where often you do see the third up jumper in the ruck contest just try to knock the ball out into space laterally, not straight down to Corns, who's loose defence.
And that beats everybody out the back. McCarthy. Jonas was too slow. Play on the call. Out wider, Spur runs back the other way. Duffield giving ground. McFarlane accelerates away. Such a terrific athlete when he gets going. And he just puts it onto the chest of Griffin, who sends it in very long. Wants Crowley over the back, Kepler Bradley. And it's just a behind.
The ball didn't sit up, just kept rolling end over end and out of bounds. So a deep stoppage. Once again, massive players around this situation. Crowley's loose by himself at the back of this stoppage.
Pavlich at the front. Pinched by Pfeiffer. Got it back from Wingard. That's good running.
Got Ebert through the middle if he can find him.
He's kicked it over his head. He's going to turn around. He's going to get crunched.
He's putting on a clinic at the moment, Luke McFarlane, but it is a byproduct of lack of direction and poor option moving forward from Port Adelaide.
I said he's dining out on that. It's a buffet for McFarlane at the moment.
He's absolutely.
He's making a pig of himself down there. They're just kicking it up in the air and he's just going, thank you very much.
Well, I think Matthew Primus has to make some changes here. 1 goal 3 to half-time. This will be their lowest scoring half for the season, and a lot of it's to do with the structure. They really just are rolling back behind the ball, and they've no forward presenting targets forward of centre at the moment.
Well, they've had one more possession for the half, Port, and they're going in half Rad Power inside 50s. Port have only been in 12 times to Fremantle's 26, so less than half.
Kick by Hill just spoiled, and McCarthy trying to do something about it. And
the time has been spent all in Fremantle's forward half at the moment, and even when Fremantle don't have possession, they're not allowing the run from Port Adelaide off half-back, which is going to be essential if they're going to get back in this game. They really need to find some run and a target across half-forward.
Pavlich, big catch. We've seen one from Main, now one from Pavlich, but he's a bit sore getting up.
Well, at least he's doing the right thing and giving us time to show the replay, but he is very slow in getting up, and this will test him from. You have the shot from 50 metres, just into the teeth of this breeze. He is a beautiful kick of the ball, but this will test him, as we see. Off a few steps, just a run, and that is a fantastic chest mark.
Grab. That's magnificent contested mark.
So he kicked this one from right on the 50-metre arc.
I think he'll get home.
By 2 metres.
I think he'll get home. It's just a question of... Most of the kicks at this end, we've seen from the Dockers, have missed to the right.
If he can keep it as low as he possibly can.
From the reverse angle.
That makes sense.
The skipper from 50 gives it a lot of air. And he misses to the left, overcompensating a tad.
So that's what makes it impressive. This quarter of football, because Port have had possessed them by 30, but the game again's been played in Fremantle's half.
Yeah, absolutely. Just haven't got reward for effort, but I suppose the reward comes by stopping Port Adelaide from scoring.
McPhee hunting the ball in the air there, spills to Crowley, gives it over to Robertson, high ball in, and they just wanted it more, the Dockers, and Barlow has been busy as usual.
Yeah, Barlow, just another mark inside 50 for him as well. He's been working quite nicely. Missed his first shot at goal. You have an opportunity here to kick this one.
1 goal 4 to 1 behind for the quarter.
Well, time in forward half is 64%. Freo only 36%. Port, I thought it'd be actually more than that.
Yep.
Barlow. Just misses to the right.
Did everything right there, I thought.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad effort, but they've kept Port in the game. I mean, there's still a margin of 34, but they could have actually closed the door on Port by half-time.
Well, they could have, yeah. Just left that shot out there. It aimed it just right at the right post, and it stayed there.
Right there. Move it on.
Not a lot of movement for Port on this kick out.
Just inside the last couple of seconds. And Dockers will be very pleased, even though they missed a few set shots at goal there. But from Port Adelaide's perspective, only the second time in their history here at AAMI Stadium, they've failed to kick 10 points by half-time.
Yeah, they'd be very disappointed. They were disappointed with the first quarter and certainly not much to like about the second term either. Dob Cassisi's down with David King.
Dom, a really tough first half for you as a captain. What will your message be when you get the boys in at half-time?
Oh, look, I think we need to be a bit harder at the footy, you know. I don't know what the contested possession stuff's like, but it seems as though they're pinning us in their front half a bit, so I think we need to have a bit of composure when we have got the ball in our back half. We try to switch it, but maybe we need to just keep working the ball and being patient with it. But they're probably winning it around the stoppage.
Do you think that they're tougher than you at the contest? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, look, I think our intensity is probably just off a little bit. If we want to get ourselves back into the game, it starts from winning the contest, the hard ball, and that's what we'll talk about now.
Good luck, mate.
No worries, cheers.
Tom Cassisi, thanks for his time, but they've got plenty of chatting to do at half-time, Port Adelaide, because Fremantle, once again, are in control on the scoreboard. It's half-time here at AAMI Stadium. 6-7-43 plays at 139. The margin for the Dockers, a comfortable 34 points.